Hey guys, Blue Jay here. So it's week number 2 of our Lick of the Week series. And this time we're taking a look at a minor lick. So another silly pun for you guys. You should be expecting this going forward. So this time we're taking a look at something that focuses a lot on hybrid picking. So for those of you who don't know, hybrid picking is when you use both the pick and you use your fingers to make the guitar, to sound the notes in the guitar. So regular picking, it's great for linear stuff. I mean, you can, and, that's great for runs and all that. The problem where it falls is that regular picking makes it difficult to do things where you're crossing strings. For example, if I were to go, that would be a lot more shifty to do with just alternate picking. So hybrid picking lets you grab notes from strings that are not adjacent with a lot of ease and not interrupt your picking motion. I'll get more into that in another video. But for right now, let's jump in it. So this lick outlines an E minor ninth chord. So that's... and it's basically 3 arpeggios stacked. And one of them is just an octave repetition, but I'll get into some of the theory behind it this time. And I'll be doing some theory lessons as well, so don't worry if you don't understand it too much. Just leave a comment and anything you want to explain in more detail. And like last time, I'll put the tabs in the description. So going into it, the first thing we do is we have an E minor ninth arpeggio. So it's this. The next one is going to be a B minor seventh arpeggio. My bad. There we go. And finally, the last one is just going to be an octave repetition of E minor ninth again. And that's the gist of what's going on. So let's break down how I'm going through it with the right hand. So what I'm doing is I'm using the pick and the middle finger. I don't think I used the ring finger in this one. So what I'm doing is, if you were to think about it this way, we have 5 notes in the E minor ninth arpeggio, okay? We have E, G, B, D, and F sharp. So, excuse me. The way that I'm going through it is, I'm taking, if we give each one a number, right? So E is going to be 1, G is going to be 2, and all that. I'm basically taking the first one, skipping one, going to the next, going back, skipping one, going back, skipping one, and that's how I'm going through it. So rather than going through it in order, I'm going. See, so that's all I'm doing there. And the way that I'm doing it is picking and using my middle finger. Just alternating between those two. So that looks like this. So that's all that's going on there. So I'm going pick, middle, pick, middle, pick, middle. See? So that's all I'm doing there. Then I'm going to the next one, which I said is a B minor 7. So that's going to have a B, D, F sharp, and A. And I'm playing the high D again. And I'm doing the same thing. I'm going. So, and again, the tabs are going to be in the description, so don't freak out. It's just a link. You click on it, you get a PDF. And I'm going and doing the same thing as I did down here, an octave higher. And for that, I'm doing the linear playing trick, which I'm going to be making a video on soon. And that sounds like this. Again. See? So what I'm doing there is the same thing. I'm going pick, middle, pick, middle, pick, middle. See? So that's all that's going on there. So if I were to connect the whole thing, it's going to be something like this. Actually, sorry, I messed up that last part. I'm not doing this. What I'm actually doing is this. I'm going. Okay? So it's important to see there, I'm going pick, middle, pick, middle, slide. Okay? So I'm sliding to the ninth this time. Okay? So once again, the whole thing. And the reason why I'm sliding is because then I'm following it up with going down here. So what is that? Alright, so here I'm going, it's kind of like a G major ninth thing going on there. So it's actually a sus chord. It's a G sus2. So that means that I've got a G chord, and instead of playing B, I'm playing A. So one way to play would be like this. And that's actually what's going on there. So it shares a lot of the same notes with E minor, which is why these arpeggios all connect so well. So talking about that a bit, if you notice I picked 3 arpeggios that all have a lot of the same notes. So I have E minor ninth, which has E, G, B, D, and F sharp. I have B minor 7, which has B, D, F sharp, and A. And then I have G sus2, G major 7 sus2, which has G, A, D, and F sharp. So that was on purpose. If you notice, each arpeggio has most of the notes from the last one, and that's how you make smooth, nice lines and nice arpeggios. You try to keep as many of the same notes as you can. So I could have just as easily gone from an E minor into a C major and it would sound cool. If I went like, see, so that still sounds cool because I'm sharing a lot of the same notes. So that's the whole idea behind this one, that you get to see how playing a lot of the same notes between chords and arpeggios gives it a nice, smooth, linear sound. So let's go back into this. So when we're going down, we're going to go here. And that's really the shape that's repeating. Okay? So what I'm doing here is first finger slide, 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 slide. So that's a little tricky because I'm doing 2 slides in succession, which normally isn't done. Normally you would change the way that you play it so that you don't slide more than once on the same finger, one after the other. So, but it can be done, just, you know, play it slow, practice carefully. You don't have to go from 0 to 100. I actually never practiced this fast. What I did was I practiced it very slow and I just practiced getting control. And I think that more important than being able to shred or being able to do anything like that is just simply being able to control what you're playing. So that's really important. And going back into it, so what's going on is this. And when I go up here, I'm just going up a G major 7. Okay, and I'm ending on the F sharp, which depending on which chord you're on, is either going to be the 9th of the E minor, or it's going to be the 7th of the G major. So it works really well over any kind of G major or E minor progression that's going on. So that's the gist of it, guys. What I want you to focus on, though, with the right hand is this. If you notice, when I'm picking, I'm not doing it sporadically. I'm not just picking and reaching from the air to the string. No, none of that. So I was classically trained, and the way that they taught us on the classical guitar was this thing called planting. And what that means is that before you play the note that you're going to play, you put your fingernail on the string in preparation for it. So you can do the same thing when you're playing the electric guitar. It's still a guitar after all. You can apply a lot of the same concepts. So what I'm doing in all of this is that I'm actually planting so I'm planting as I'm playing the note before that. So if I'm playing E here, I'm planting the next note at the same time. So in the same movement, I'm going to go, see? See? And that's how you get that accuracy. You don't have to worry about missing so much when you're going fast. So again, guys, hopefully that makes sense. And the tab is in the description. And if there's anything you guys want to see a video on, let me know. I like doing these look of the weeks. I'm planning on doing one of these each week going forward, and I'm going to do another video or two in the beginning and end of the week. So I'm thinking about doing some beginner videos, something more generalized in the beginning of the week so that it's not just crazy looks. And doing some vlogs to talk about things that we all think about, you know, when we're trying to practice and in our journey. So let me know if that sounds like something you guys want. If there's anything else you want me to cover, give me a holler. Alright guys, catch you next time.